Welcome to the first new weight loss week of 2025. How long does Christmas feel ago now? It feels like it was last year. Woo. Great joke. Well done. Anyway, I'll probably use that one a few more times over the course of the next week or so. But anyway, it feels ages that Christmas and even New Year was away. But this is our first weight loss week. So good morning on TikTok. Good morning on Facebook and YouTube. Today's the day we're going to get straight back into our full routine, as it were. Straight back into our full routine. Back on the journey, back at it. I know some people started back last week. I had a few clients that started back last Monday, Tuesday, getting back into the swing of things. I was Thursday, but I know a few of you are today. But it needs to be today. I don't, unless you've gone on holiday post-Christmas or anything like that, let's get back into it today. Anyway, what am I here for? I'm here to answer your weight loss questions. That's what I do. I'm an online weight loss coach. So if you don't know who I am, my name is, I'll introduce myself. I'm the Real Loss Boss. Why am I the Real Loss Boss? Because 11 years ago, I weighed over 500 pounds. I have since lost half my body weight, maintained that loss for 7 years now and counting. I was a company accountant. I'm now an online weight loss coach. This is what I do for a living. So if you need help with your weight loss, get some questions in. You can come join my community. You can come on my one-to-one plan and I will coach you to having a successful weight loss journey. The same as what I have, basically. I follow my basic principles. There we go. Anyway, shall we do the top 5 on TikTok? And make sure you give me a follow, whether you're just watching me on, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook. If you're watching on TikTok, go over to my YouTube, go to my Facebook, give me a follow. Lots and lots of new content coming out on all platforms coming into the new year. And I do like my YouTube content is different to my Facebook and my TikTok content. Facebook, I post quite a lot of pictures, any new food finds, different bits of advice on there. TikTok is obviously just videos. Anyway, there we go. Let's do the top 5 this morning. Let's see who is in. Faye's in at number 1. John's in at number 2. We only do the top 5 on TikTok, by the way. If you want to try and get into the top 5 with a shout out, you need to be over on TikTok. Callum's in at number 3. Scott's in at number 4. And Donna is in at number 5. Good morning, guys. Thank you very much for jumping over. Let me put the chat box up on Facebook and YouTube. You are allowed to come and say hello if you watch me on Facebook or YouTube. You don't have to, but you are allowed to. Anyway, let's see what's going else on TikTok. Sheila, good morning. Karen, good morning. I'll try and get through some good mornings. Emma's in. Good morning, Emma. Carol, good morning. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Karen G, morning. Stefan's in. Morning, mate. Hope you had a good journey back. Peter's in. Morning, boss. Morning, pal. Joan, Anna, Helen. Lisa's in. Morning. Gemma, good morning. Jerry, good morning. Who else is in this morning? Stevie, Kelly, Kirsty, you're all out in force this morning. Morning. Stefan, I had bought waterproof trousers 2 months ago. They didn't fit then, but got into them yesterday. Fantastic, mate. You needed them yesterday. Well, I know you're over in Ireland, but we had a lot of snow yesterday. Not a lot, actually, but we had a good amount of snow, especially for where I am on the Fylde Coast. So we never get snow. We didn't have any snow last year. Maybe a smattering, but nothing that stuck to the ground all day. So those waterproof trousers will definitely come in quite handy. Lauren Pete, morning. Karen OG. Rach, good morning. Hannah, good morning. D2 and K2, what are your thoughts, please? D2, what's D? That sounds like a robot out of Star Wars. Are you talking about D3 and K2? Fantastic stuff. Really good. Especially this time of year. So vitamin D3, we get vitamin D mainly from the sun. I mean, don't get me wrong, in the UK, we don't get much sun anyway. But certainly this time of year, we hardly get any sun. Now, I have looked at the weather forecast this week. The weather's meant to be pretty deep, very cold this week, but sunny. But anyway, Vitamin D3, fantastic for energy, fantastic for our immune system. Those are the two big benefits: energy, immune system. Now, if you're someone that suffers with seasonal affective disorder, I certainly do. It certainly affects my mood. I was really bad at last week. You know, Christmas decorations going down. Facing sort of a cold, harsh January. But I'm going to actually, I read something. Someone posted something on about January the other day, and I read it, and it actually inspired me a little bit. So I'll try and remember it and give you the same inspiration. But yeah, vitamin D3 and K2, absolutely superb. The only thing is, if you buy this, you need to make sure it's got 4,000 IUs of D3. That is what we're looking for. So it's a good dose. This is in my TikTok shop. If you want to buy it, let me see if I can find it. Add products, add more products. I think I've got it in my TikTok shop somewhere. Let me have a scan up. Here it is. $7.99 it is. And it's, oh no, that's just D3. Hang on. Let me see if I've got the K2 one. Oh. This is even cheaper. It's $4.99. There might be less dosage in it. But anyway, let me pin it. I'll only be pinning it for a couple of minutes. But ends in 2. It's on flash sale half price. $4.99 flash sale half price at the moment. Ends in 3 hours apparently. So yeah, absolutely superb. Like I say, we should get most of our supplements, right? We should get most of our bits and pieces. By the way, you guys on Facebook, YouTube, if you want this, you can get it off Amazon if you want to. I'll be transparent. If you get it off my TikTok shop, I get 50p. You buy a pack of this, I get 50p. So if you want it, go buy it off my TikTok shop, pay me 50p. Really, really good. Now, we should get most of our supplements from what we eat. But sometimes things like D3, you can get, it is available in certain foods, but we mainly get it from sunlight. Well worth supplementing. All right, there we go. Hi, boss. I sent a new check-in on Friday. Yes, thank you very much, guys. I didn't do any check-ins, so I only get 2 weeks off a year where I don't do any check-ins for my clients, and that's Christmas week and New Year's week. So if you sent a check-in last week or a post-Christmas weight or anything like that, and I've not read it, please don't think I'm being rude, I'm ignoring you. I'm really, really not. It's my only 2 weeks off of a year where I get to do pretty much no work whatsoever. So, I kind of embrace those 2 weeks. Not that I don't enjoy doing check-ins. I'm not moaning about doing check-ins. I absolutely love it, and I love seeing your guys' progress. So anyone that sends, I will update all your bits and pieces this week. All right. So if you think I've not read your message, or I'm not, they'll all get updated this week. And this Friday is everyone's, not everyone's, is group one of my clients' first check-in of 2020, official check-in of 2025. If you've restarted today, right, and you want to wait to, or you've lost your way a little bit and you're just restarting for the new year, check in a week on Friday. All right, check in a week on Friday. Rebecca, good morning. Amy, good morning. Lynn, good morning. Dixon, morning. If I've missed any, good morning. Cinderella, morning. I wish you could buy stuff off English TikTok shop. Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I've seen Spanish TikTok shop come up on my, which I can, and I assume they've got an English account and they're just reposting it. I've also seen American as well. Because obviously I'm not buying stuff from America and getting it shipped over, but I just think they've launched TikTok shop in America. They've just launched it in Spain. They've launched it in a few different places because it's linked to Amazon now. It's basically Amazon TikTok shop, if I'm being honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon bought it out. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being bought out, because I ordered off TikTok shop the other day some grenade bars. Really good price at the moment. I'm going to do a little video promoting them, and Amazon delivered them yesterday, so it's all fulfilled by Amazon. But yeah, I've got lots of different stuff. And Nutrition Geeks are fantastic. They really, really are great supplements. So I take iron every day. I take vitamin D3, K2. I take turmeric, which is a brilliant anti-inflammatory. If you've got any issues with things like I have, like arthritis, aches, pain, stuff like that. Look, it's not, I had someone message me the other week. He said, I've been taking turmeric now for for 2 months and I've still got sore knees. I'm like, yeah, I've got permanent sore knees. This just makes it a bit more manageable, all right? It's not a cure. It's not going to get rid of anything. What I also find turmeric very good for as well is psoriasis. I suffer a little bit with psoriasis, so I also find turmeric really good for that. Now, that could be anecdotal. It might just be it works for me. It might not work for other people. But, yeah, I supplement vitamin B12, vitamin D3, and iron every day for vitamins. I also take turmeric as well. Plus cod liver oil, plus glucosamine. I do rattle a little bit. I'm surrounded by all my bits and pieces here. Some TikTok shop suppliers just use Amazon delivery service. A lot of them do now. That's what I mean. It's FBA. It's FBA. A lot of stuff, and a lot of Amazon shops are now linked to TikTok shops as well. So it's not just use Amazon delivery. It's FBA by Amazon. It's not, you're not buying off Amazon, you're not returning to Amazon. But I've seen a lot of people that have a TikTok shop. For example, Nutrition Geeks have a big Amazon shop, right? Their Amazon shop is exactly the same as their TikTok shop, right? It's all linked together. And if you buy off Nutrition Geeks today, you'll get it tomorrow. It's Amazon Prime delivery, whether you buy it off TikTok shop or off Amazon, and it's the same price. So it is getting very much intertwined. It's only been like that for about 6 months. And I would not be surprised, like I say, if Amazon kind of ended up buying out the TikTok shop side of things. Certainly for certain countries, certainly like UK, where Amazon Prime is such a massive thing, you know. I got 3 boxes of the salty caramel grenade bars, £8 a box. Yes, such a great price, really good price. I have a VPN. Do you think if I set location to England, it would work for TikTok shop? Oh, Stefan, I have no idea. I can't answer that one. I have no idea, mate. Maybe, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm never checking in again after what I've consumed this Christmas. Of course you are. It's just Christmas. And something we need to understand. Something we need to understand from Christmas is, something we need to understand about the scales is the scales show weight gain. They don't show fat gain. All right. They genuinely don't show fat gain. All right. They show your gain in weight, and your weight increase over Christmas will be food weight. It will be water weight. It will be excess water retention, and it will be some body fat. You're going to gain body fat over Christmas. All right. Now I felt Christmas week, I wasn't too bad, but I was calorific. So from when I last weighed on the 13th of December. Did I weigh after? No, I didn't. My last weight was did I weigh after the 13th of December? No, I didn't. My last weight was the 13th of December, right? And I tracked calories up until the 22nd of December. Now, I'll be honest with you, 21st, 22nd of December, my tracking was pretty pointless. It wasn't very accurate. I was in Christmas mode, but I tried my best, and it maybe kept me on track a little bit more than if I'd said on Friday when I officially finished work, or Saturday when I finished, I'm not tracking a single calorie. I did try and track, but it wasn't very accurate. So I didn't track a single calorie. I've been boozy. I've eaten way more calories than I would do normally. You know, I mean, if you follow me before Christmas, you remember what that shelf looked like, and now it's been decimated, right? Gone. Yeah. And I gained 9.2 pounds. 9.2 pounds. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you might be like, 9.2 pounds. It takes me 3 months to lose that. No, it doesn't. It might take you 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks to lose 9 pounds of body fat, not to lose 9 pounds in weight. You can lose that in a week, right? And this is just from my own experience. I've done this for a lot of years now. This was my 11th Christmas. And every Christmas, I weigh myself after Christmas. I weigh myself a week or two later, and pretty much all my Christmas weight has gone. So if a 3,500 calorie deficit, let me get first time of 2025, get me pound of fat out, right? So a 3,500 calorie deficit loses one of those. If I lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, yet I've been in a 10,000 calorie deficit, which would be 3 of those, what's the other £7 of loss? It's my water weight in my body reducing. It's my food weight in my body reducing because I'm going back into a more normal eating pattern. And it's also excess water retention. The bloat is real, all right, from Christmas. And we get rid of that bloat and we go back down normally. So a lot of you might have weighed after Christmas. You might be panicking like mad, right? Don't compare short-term weight gain, which is what it is. So I weighed myself on the 13th of December. So from the 13th of December to the 2nd of January, which is, nearly 3 weeks, is it? Something like that. Yeah, nearly 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks, something like that. I'm 9.2 pounds heavier. Now, for me to have gained 9.2 pounds in this stuff, which is body fat, right? And this is a perfect representation of body fat. This weighs exactly 1 pound, just over 500 grams, right? And this is how body fat would look in your body. Now, people look at it and go, well, it's absolutely massive. It is, and you're like, I can't lose one of those. I haven't got 50 of those to lose. No, you have. It's stored all over your body. It's not stored in big lumps like this. Well, in certain places it might be. But, if you've got 6 of these on each arm, which people can have, right? And then you might have 15 to 20 in your tummy area, right? You might have 10 of these on each leg, right? That's 20 pounds. 6 in each arm, that's 12 pounds. So now we're at 32 pounds. 20, that's 52 pounds, right? Quite simple. We store fat in our face. We store fat on our shoulders, in our back, in our bottoms, right? We store fat in our calves, in our legs. We store fat everywhere. I lost 250 of these. 250 of them, right? And that's the honest truth, So that is a pound of fat. So don't panic about the scales now. I am telling you now. In fact, I'll guarantee this now. As long as you get back at it, that's the important thing. If you're dead hit and miss now over the next couple of weeks, and I've tracked one day, I've not tracked another day. I'm not going to start tracking until week on Monday because I've still got loads of Christmas food left. This isn't going to account to you. But if you literally weigh yourself this morning, right, and get back to doing what we do, you don't need to cut your calories. You don't need to do anything different than what we did before Christmas. Get back to your calories. Be accurate with your tracking, as accurate as you can be. Yeah, get back to your movement, get back to walking, get hydrated. Yeah, I guarantee 75%, whether you've gained 20 pounds or whether you've gained 5 pounds, 75% of that weight will be gone in 2 weeks. Will be gone. Right? And if it's not gone, it's because you've not quite got back in. And some people do struggle. And I'm going to do a lot of content. Now, if you're going to struggle to get back into it, come join my community, come join my one-to-one plan. Because I'm going to do a lot of content over the next week or two, getting you back into the swing of things after Christmas, after a break, getting that mentality back. Let me get rid of them tablets. If you want anything else from Nutrition Geeks, there's loads in my TikTok shop. There's loads of stuff in my TikTok shop. Go in there and they're all on sale. Everything's on sale at the moment. It's bloody January, isn't it? So go in there, get yourself some like vitamin B12. I think these are like 10 quid at the moment, and it's a full year's supply. It's a year's supply. It's 10 quid. You don't need to buy it again for a year. It's amazing. Right, let me sort my supplements out. Let me go through. I know I'm waffling a bit. Right, let me scan down. I've got my food scales out on the worktop first thing today. Brilliant. Yes, you do need a set of good food scales. There are some in my TikTok shop. You can buy them off Amazon. Buy them from where you want. They're not like specific, it's not like what's food scales. I do get people asking me, what food scales do you use? I use Renfo ones that I bought off Amazon. Like 10 quid, 15 quid. It doesn't matter. Scales are scales. As long as they weigh your food out, it doesn't matter. I do get a lot of people, do I have to weigh all my food? Yeah. Is it a chore? No. You stick it on a plate, don't you? Yeah. Well, stick your plate on a scale. Dead simple. That's it. Scale, plate. Every time something goes on a plate, reset it. It's like if you're doing, if you're making cereal in the morning, right? I had yesterday bite-sized shredded wheat. It was sensational. I absolutely love shredded wheat. Very underrated. Same with Weetabix. Very underrated cereal. I tend to have cereal on a Sunday morning. I love cereal. I absolutely love it. Now, again, in my TikTok shop, a cereal that I really enjoy and I've just stocked up for is cereal. Absolutely love this cereal. This is protein cereal, or that is classed as protein cereal. It's basically more protein, less sugar. What's the advantage of that? Well, more protein is going to fill you up more than a normal cereal. Less sugar is going to less likely to cause sugar crash. That's all it is. That's all it is, right? We're not. Oh, if you don't eat sugar, you won't get diabetes. Nonsense. Diabetes is caused by high levels of visceral fat within the body. It is not caused by consuming sugar. All right. Now, obviously, if you consume products that are extremely high in sugar, that tends to lead to people then eating more food. One of the worst things about a high sugar diet on a weight loss journey is it can cause spikes in blood sugar. Again, that doesn't cause diabetes. It doesn't make us ill. But spikes in blood sugar can cause crashes in blood sugar. And that's the thing we want to try and avoid. Blood sugar crashes. Why? When your blood sugars crash, it causes fatigue and hunger. Right? That's it. Really, really simple. Now, so fatigue and hunger. Now, if we are tired a lot of the time, right, that's going to make it very hard for us to be motivated, right? And motivated to control our eating, motivated to go and get steps in, motivated to track calories. Fatigue zaps motivation, right? So we don't want that, right? Likewise, if we get blood sugar crashes, that is also going to make us hungry, right? And when I'm trying to control my calories, because that's the only thing that causes fat loss is consuming less calories than we burn, I don't want to eat in a way that's going to constantly make me hungry. So if you have something like a bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes for your breakfast, right, that will lead probably to, or possibly, I'm not saying it guarantee will, but because it's quite a high sugary breakfast, that could lead to a sugar crash hour, 2 hours later, and then you get the munchies, right? And that's when he's tucking into the bit. And then, if you've not prepped for that and you're at work or you're out and about, you're very much gonna, and when you get the munchies, it is because you've crashed your blood sugars. When you crash blood sugars, when blood sugars do crash in the body sends signals to the brain, or the brain sends signals to you that you need sugar, of course you do, to bring your blood sugars up. We want our blood sugars to be relatively stable most of the time. Don't get me wrong. Whenever we eat something, our blood sugars are going to go up. That's absolutely fine. It's natural. And then they should come down nice and evenly. Natural, right? It's spiking. Now, every now and then, we're going to do that. Every now and then, we're going to do that. It's absolutely fine doing it every now and then, right? But we want to try and limit it. So things like this cereal. If you love cereal, I love cereal. I'm not going to apologize for that. All these people that demonize foods, they make you feel like you're doing something wrong enjoying a bowl of cereal, right? And I try and fight the good fight and make you realize that if you enjoy cereal, you can eat cereal, right? But if you are going to eat cereal during the week, to try and limit blood sugar crashes, try and limit cereal that's going to absolutely send your blood sugars through the roof, right? So you could have cereal that's quite high in fiber, like Weetabix or shredded wheat, or you could go for something like this, which is a protein cereal. If you eat a good source of protein or a decent amount of protein with something that's quite high in sugar, right? The protein will mix and it will bring down the spike of your blood sugars, right? Same with fiber. So, for example, last night we had apple crumble and vanilla ice cream for our pudding last night. It was absolutely delicious. It was 650 calories for the apple crumble and ice cream. It's all tracked. It was in my app. That is a super high sugar food. And if I just ate that on its own, it's going to raise my blood sugars and it's going to crash them. And that's probably going to trigger hunger. After my apple crumble and ice cream, I didn't get any hunger pangs, right? I didn't get any blood sugar crashes. The only thing I ate after that, about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, was a sweet clem, just a bit of fruit in bed. That was it, right? Why? Because previous to me eating my apple crumble and ice cream, I had beef stew, right? I had 200 grams of lean stewing steak done in a stew, right, with some mushy peas on the side, right? So I've had a high fiber and a high protein meal. That high fiber, high protein meal has mixed with my high sugary dessert and stopped my high sugary dessert whapping those blood sugars up, right? So my blood sugars would have risen from me eating food, natural response, and they will have come down nice and evenly because I've got lots of protein and lots of fibre in my body, even though I've had apple crumble and ice cream, no crashes, no desire to then go and eat loads of sugary food later on. All right. So how we eat, so we can eat whatever we want on a weight loss journey. You can eat whatever you want. Eat McDonald's every single day within a calorie deficit, and you will lose weight. But the way you structure your diet, and this is why I promote so many protein foods, all right? You get lots of hate because a lot of people like to be rebellious and cool, and anything that's popular gets hate. I'm a supporter of Manchester United. People absolutely despise them. Why? Because they were very, very popular. They still are. Right? Fine, I get that. Right? Just like a lot of people now despise Man City because they're very popular, because they're very good. Right? It happens, The latest band will come out. People will hate on them because it's cool to hate something that's cool. Does that make sense? And that's the same with protein products. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad protein products out there, but there are some good protein products out there. And I tend to try and only, I'll post anything that I see that's new. I don't give a review. I always say at the end of it, review coming soon. I'm not saying that this is good or bad, right? If the macros look decent, the macros look decent. If they don't, they don't. I'll say it in the post, right? And then I'll review it on my YouTube channel. They'll be out next week. New Worth the Calories videos will be out next week. But anyway, yeah, the way we eat can certainly help control our appetite and things like that. Yeah. I find own brand cereals have less sugar and are much cheaper. Yeah, look, you can scan around and do what you want. I tend to eat own brand cereal. Yeah, so when I say Crunchy Nut Cornflakes, actually, I eat Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. I love Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. Doesn't mean I don't eat them. Yesterday, I had bite-sized shredded wheat. It was Aldi's own shredded wheat, but shredded wheat is just 100% wheat. It's shredded wheat, right? There's nothing added to it. Wheat mix is pretty decent as well. But yeah, you can always have a scan about it. If you have a scan around at different, like you might see Aldi's own brand bran flakes, you might compare that to Kellogg's. They might have a bit less sugar in them. I'm not saying sugar's the enemy, please. It really, really isn't, right? You can as long as you have no health complications or issues. It's amazing how many people, yesterday, so many people were like, I put 2 protein coffees on from Aldi, right? I don't drink coffee, but Rachel Adams said they're decent. And the amount of people, they get like really abusive around it. They're really like just a cup full of sugar. Well, it's not. It's 250 mils of coffee. It's got 10 grams of sugar in it, right? So it's not a cup full, is it? Otherwise, it'd be 250 mils of sugar or grams of sugar. And it isn't. Does it have sugar in it? Yes. Why does it have sugar in it? Because it's got lactose in it. It's got 250 mils of milk. It's a milk-based drink, right? When we make coffee at home, we use coffee granules, or you might have a posh coffee system, I don't know. But normally, if you're going to do an instant coffee granules, boiling water, bit of milk in your cup, right? These protein coffees are milk-based because that's how you get 20 grams of protein into it. So it'll have milk, it'll be milk-based, and it'll have milk protein concentrate added into it, right? And that's how you get 20 grams of protein. And because of that, you're going to get 10 grams of lactose in it. You're going to get lactose in it. Lactose is the naturally occurring sugars in milk, right? It's not unhealthy for us. It doesn't cause diabetes. It doesn't cause us to gain fat, right? Lactose won't rot your teeth. It's not like a processed sugar or anything like that. It's lactose. And the only people that need to be worried about consuming lactose is if you are lactose intolerant, because if you drink something that has 10 grams of lactose in it for 250 mils, you're going to get the shits very, very quickly. And we don't want that, right? We don't need that. By the way, good morning to everyone on Facebook and YouTube. I've just seen a few comments come up. Good morning. But why are people so like, oh, it's got sugar in it. Oh, it's got sugar in it. The honest truth is because of lack of education around nutrition and people talking nonsense on social media. And it's wrong. It's wrong. Right, let me scan up. I know I'm waffling a lot. There's a lot to waffle about. Are those that describe everything? It's full of sugar. Someone said I posted the Aldi protein pizzas. And I've had a few comments because Richie from Team RH has debunked it. All right. Now, I understand Team RH. got a lot of followers, a lot of people buy into him. And I don't really know, I've got a lot of people that are in my community that don't like him, but I see some people that say he's good. It's fine. He's nothing to, he's never done anything to me, so I don't need to really comment on it. But I did watch his video where he compared one of the Aldi protein, and I don't know why people have got such a thing, right? And he was like, why would you pay double the price? Well, first of all, it's not double the price. The pizza he used was £2.50, and the Aldi protein one's £2.99, right? The Co-op pizza that he compared it with is bland and boring, right? It's a cheese and tomato, cheap, stone-baked, thin crust pizza, right? And people are going to eat that and go, this is the pizza I need to eat while I'm on a diet. No, it's not, because Aldi do a cheeseburger pizza, right? Irrelevant of whether it's got protein written on it, right? It's got 30 grams of protein in it. It's an all right size. It's not massive, but it's all right. Perfect for a lunch, right? Right? It's got 30 grams of protein. You can't sugarcoat this. It's got 30 grams of protein in it. It's under 600 calories, which pretty much anyone could have for their lunch. It's a cheeseburger pizza. It's got flavour in it. It tastes good. It's got thick, crunchy crust, right? It's a nice pizza. So, and even if that stone-baked margherita, and he did the post, and he literally went, yes, that's got more protein, only a couple of grams more protein. That's got less cal. So there it is. It's less calories. It's more protein, and it's 50p more. Well, 49p more. Now, I'd rather pay 49p more and have a pizza that tastes good, and I go, do you know what? That was banging. That, whew, lovely. Than sit there going, I've got me thin stone baked pizza. And he compared sizes. And this is another thing. That stone baked pizza from Co-op's 320 grams. So it wasn't the same calories, right? Now, don't get me wrong, gram for gram. But this is things like why I like, I don't know if I've got any, because I've still got a lot. Yeah, this is why I like, let's see what I've got in here. I've still got a lot of Christmas crisps. A lot of Christmas crisps. But let me see if I can, I don't know if I've got any lower calorie crisps, but I don't think I have. I need to stock up on them. I'm not really eating crisps. Oh, yeah, right. Got a bag of Quavers here. Right, this is my crisp tub, by the way. I love crisps. Right. Quavers. 16 Quavers. These are, let's have a look, 86 calories a bag. Right. Now, these are 86 calories a bag, not because they're low calorie. It's because you get 16 grams of crisps. You get less crisps. So if we compared it to like a bag of Walkers, this is, these will be 125, they normally are. 128 calories a bag because it's got 25 grams of crisps in it. If we look at per 100 grams, these are 512 calories for 100 grams. These are 536. So gram for gram, these are more calorific than these. So why eat these? Portion control, right? It's why a lot of people struggle with their weight because they have poor portion control. Yeah? So I'm not saying Quavers are low calorie crisps. They're not low calorie crisps. But if you're going to have a bag of crisps, you are better off having a 16 gram bag of crisps. Now, Walker's multi-packs, right, don't come in 16 gram bags. They come in 25 gram bags because they are potato, right? And if Walker's came in 16 gram bags, you would get 0 crisps. The beauty of things like Wotsits or Quavers or Ringos or all these sort of like corn snack type crisps, they're extremely light. So because they're extremely light, although you are getting less weight, you don't feel like you're missing out, right? If you ate a bag of Quavers and then you ate a bag of Walker's multi-pack, you wouldn't go, God, that Walker's multi-pack, which has 30% more crisps in it, you'll go, that is such a bigger bag of crisps. It's not. If you actually counted out the crisps, you've probably got the same amount of crisps, just one's lighter, so it looks like you're getting more, right? So it's a bit of a con for the brain. But I don't mind a bit of a con for the brain. So same with that pizza. He actually compared a 320 gram pizza. So if you went and, so a lot of people now will go to the Co-op And because Richie from Team R8 said I should have a cheese and tomato stone-baked pizza instead of the Aldi protein one, they're going to go and buy that pizza. But instead of having 580 calories for 30 grams of protein, they're going to end up having 750 calories for 35 grams of protein. They're going to get probably a bit more protein, but they're going to be miserable. They're going to blow more calories, all because he's jumped on the bandwagon that if it says protein on the front, it's a bad product. It doesn't mean anything, right? It just simply means, that, look, yes, the word protein is used as a bit of an advertising gimmick. It is, right? Just like everything is. It's advertising, right? Just like Richie from Team RH uses loads of advertising gimmicks to sell his app, right? That are probably rubbish, right? Or not very good. It's just the way it is. And I'm not blaming him for that. I use advertising gimmicks to sell my plan. I've got a business to run. I've got a mortgage to pay, right? So I'm not criticizing for that. I don't criticize it, but use it for what it is, right? There are genuinely some, some great products out there that have got protein written on the front. They really are. Right? Tastes good, low calorie, bit more protein in them, right? And not stupidly expensive, not if they're from bloody Aldi anyway. Right? Likewise, there are some products out there with protein written on the front that are shocking, and I say that as well. So just go into it with an open mind. Richie is also promoting a GLP-1 support group after slagging people off on lives for using. Yeah, absolutely. Someone messaged me before Christmas that's in the community and said, "Have you thought about doing a GLP-1 plan?" And I'm like, no, not really, because it's not that it would, to be honest with you, a GLP-1, Mounjaro, right? All it does is suppress your appetite, right? A lot of people think it loses fat. So I saw some lady the other day saying she'd been taking 5 milligrams a day, and she was losing 1 pound a week on average, and she wants to lose more, so she's going to up her dosage. Now, don't get me wrong, upping her dosage, right, will put more Mounjaro into her system. That might suppress her appetite more, which means she consumes less calories, which might put her into a bigger calorie deficit. But I promote a plan that does the same as Mounjaro, right? High protein, high fiber, lots of hydration. That suppresses your appetite. Now, don't get me wrong, I've got 4 now, clients that are on Mounjaro, right, that are working with me, right? And if people decide to use it and they ask me to help them alongside it, of course I will, because it's just a tool. It's a tool the same as counting calories. It's a same tool as having a high protein diet, high fiber diet. And I will also look out massively for people's health, right? And that's the problem with people on these. Like that lady, she's losing weight healthily, right? She's consistently losing weight, but it's not enough. She's chasing numbers, and then she's going to go from 5 milligrams to 7.5. Then she'll go to 10, then 10. Then we've got to understand with Mounjaro, it's like all these GLP-1s. Your body will get used to them. This is the issue with them. They're only going to have a shelf life for certain people, right? Your body will become immune to them eventually. So this is why, alongside taking them, you need to teach yourself like the same habits as I coach. So yeah, I'm not gonna sell out. Basically, I'm not. I could, and I could probably make a lot of money from it. I could sell out loads of different ways to make a lot of money. I'm not going to bother, right? Will I offer GLP-1 support if people ask me for it? Of course I will. Just like I coach, I've got 4 clients on Mounjaro. I've currently got 3 clients on bariatric that have had bariatric surgery, right? Whatever tools you're using to lose weight, alongside eating healthier, controlling your calories, and moving more, I'll help you with it. But just like I'm not going to sell a bariatric plan, right? Just like I'm not going to sell a GLP-1 plan. I could do, and I could advertise it and this, that, and other. But will I offer support with GLP? Of course I will. I've done it before. 2022. Right, 3 years ago, it was Saxenda. Saxenda was through the roof, and I had coached 5 or 6 clients that were using Saxenda. 2023, I had a couple of clients that were using the Ozempic. Last year, it was Mounjaro. There'll be a new one out this year, right? That'll take over. And the thing is, when Mounjaro stops working for people, which it will, because they'll either create an immunity to it, or they'll push past the suppression because they've not cured their emotional eating and stuff like that. Yeah. I'll then they'll move on to the next one and the next one and the next one, and that's the thing, and that's why that Richie's called it a GLP-1, because there's loads of GLP-1s. It doesn't matter whether you're taking Saxenda, Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, they're all GLP-1s, right? And literally all these GLP-1s, I've seen a few people talk about it that signed up to it, and a couple of people have been like, he just gives you less calories. That's it. He's just like, right, you're on a GLP-1, and he knocks 30% of your calories off. I think that's what he does, because someone was on it, his plan, and they've documented it, and they were on 2,000 calories a day. They've gone on to they've switched to his GLP-1 plan. They're giving them 1,400 calories, nothing else. So, and that's all it is. If anyone here is on Mounjaro, any GLP-1, Saxenda, Wegovy, if you're sort of like, if you're on this, but you want to make sure that you're still nourishing the body correctly, you're still eating a reasonable amount of calories, right, to be healthy, to support your body. A lot of people are going on to these things, taking too high a dose, not eating enough calories, they're tired, they're lethargic, and they're just in a world of hurt all the time. Same as doing any diet, right? And that's where it will, that's where the issues will be, Amanda Gallahan, Happy New Year, Neil. Happy New Year, Amanda. Hope you're all good. Paul is in. Good morning. I oversaid I've been tired the last few days. This is my thing. I'm dying to get just back into this routine, get back into, my alarm went off at 7:15 this morning. And I'll be honest with you, I could have rolled over and I felt like I could have had another 3 hours. I didn't. I had a snooze and then got up and I was all good. But yeah, I'm always like this after Christmas. It takes a week or so to get back into that routine. Right, let's go through a couple of Facebook posts. That pizza was banging from Aldi, and for $2.99, happy days. I was stuffed after it, and it was good. Yeah, exactly. This is it. And it's just, I don't know why people seem to, and then so I've had loads of people tag his video in my post going this and this, and he's basically just put off loads of people actually having a pretty decent calorie control pizza that's not a stupid amount of money for clicks, for clickbait. That's all it is. There we go. Well, and then I comment and I reply to it and defend it. People are like, are you on commission for Aldi? I'm not on commission for Aldi. I'm on commission for getting people to have a healthy relationship with food, and it's always about protein. I had a guy yesterday saying there's a steak pizza in Aldi that's 50 grams of protein. I said, send me all the details of it. And I was like, yeah, that's got 50 grams of protein in it, but it's 1,000 well, it was over 1,000. We had 44 grams of protein in it for 1,000 calories, right? And I said, that's giving you 0.4 grams of protein per 10 calories, right? So, you're trying to say that's a better option than this. Well, a Papa John's double pepperoni, right, has 100. So if you want a high protein pizza, right, go have a large Papa John's double pepperoni, right? It's got 122 grams of protein in it. Yeah, go and do that. Great. You're going to be consuming 2,850 calories for your 122 grams of protein, but it's a high protein pizza. It's all about protein to calorie ratio, right? Now with the protein pizzas from Aldi, the cheeseburger one, it isn't the best. I'll be honest, it tastes great, but it isn't the best. The meat feast, you get 0.65 grams of protein. Now when I'm having a meal, right, yeah, I don't track protein macros, not interested in that. But what we would class as a good source of protein is 1 gram of protein for 10 calories, right? So if, take an egg, for instance, a medium egg's about 60 calories, you get 6 grams of protein. That's a thumbs up, right? That's fine, right? Chicken breast, a chicken breast is normally about 150 to 200 gram chicken breast is about 250 calories. You'll get 40 to 50 grams of protein. That's like 1 gram of protein for 5 calories, right? That's amazing, right? But it's a chicken breast. But as an individual item, if we're just going to look at a single ingredient, you want 10 grams of protein for 1 gram of protein for 10 calories. When we look at a meal, right, where you are including carbs, fats, and protein, 0.7. I would say about 0.7 grams of protein, right? So about 3/4. So if a meal was 500 calories, right? If I'm getting about, 500 calories, if I'm getting about 30 to 35 grams of protein in there, 500 calories, that's a good protein meal, right? That's got a decent amount of protein in it for the meal. You're sort of getting, protein's 4 calories a gram. So if I got 35 grams of protein for a 500 calorie meal, 35 grams of protein is 140 calories. So I'm kind of like, over 25% of that meal is protein. I'm all right with that. Right, that's a decent ratio. So that Meat Feast chilled pizza is 0.65 grams of protein for 10 calories, and it's a pizza. It's something that is a pizza. It's always going to be carb based, right? It's always going to be carb based because the main is carbs, right? It's a base, yeah. So to get 0.6, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. There's no need to demonize it. Now you can come on and go, by the way, other options where you get 0.65 grams of protein per 10 calories for a pizza, we've got this one, we've got this one, we've got this one. Well, it's got protein written on it or not, but don't demonize one to try and promote another one that is rubbish, right? It's dead easy. Someone said yesterday, why eat pizza? Why not just eat chicken breast? Because it's flipping chicken breast, mate. Like, who wants to just sit there and eat do you know what? I really fancy a pizza. Do you know what, though? Instead, I'm just going to have a grilled piece of chicken breast. Woo! Great. Where do people's minds go? Like, never apologize for enjoying food. Never apologize for enjoying what you eat. If you enjoy what you eat, you're going to be a lot more, I was going to say adhesive. I thought that's sticking, not adhesive. What's the word? Anyway, you're going to be, I always say sustainable, but you're coherent. Is that the right word? Anyway, you're going to stick to your diet a lot more, right? If you hate what you're eating, right? If this week, right, it's Monday morning, right? It's Monday morning. It's the 6th of January. It is. Monday morning, it's the 6th of January. You've just consumed your body weight in Pringles, Toblerone, and Baileys for the last 2 weeks, right? If this morning, your breakfast this morning was about 150 grams of Greek yogurt and a few berries, nothing else, right? And then your lunch today is grilled chicken with a bit of lettuce and a bit of sweet corn and a bit of onion or a bit of tomato and a bit of cucumber, right? And then your tea tonight is, I don't know, like the carnivore thing is a steak and 6 fried eggs. I'm not saying that's not bad, right? It doesn't taste bad, but like that. And that's it that you can eat. You do that for a few days, you are literally going to go, I don't want to eat like this for the next 3 months, let alone the rest of my life. All right. Now, breakfast for me this morning, I'm not eating breakfast this morning. I didn't eat breakfast much last week, and I'm not. It's something I'm actually going to change a little bit, right? Something I'm going to change a little bit. So, I'm going to start eating after, like, basically my first meal of the, and this is nothing to do with increasing fat loss. It's about saving calories. It's about being more responsible with calories. Now, don't get me wrong. If I wake up in the morning and I'm hungry, I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm never going to starve myself, because if I wake up and I'm hungry, I'm genuinely hungry. But I am going to kind of ask myself a little bit. Now, I could go and eat 1,000 calories without thinking about it. I can eat it all the time. I don't need to be hungry to eat. I can just eat. I've got no filter. Right? I have got a filter now. I've created my own filter, but I could just go and eat now 1,000 calories. I'm generally not hungry, right? I can quite easily go and know that I'm just drinking my water, doing this. I'm going to be really busy. After this, I'm recording my weekly weight loss vlog. Then we're going to go to the gym and this, that, and the other. I'm generally not that hungry. I didn't eat loads of calories yesterday, but I had a few calories and I'm fine, right? And that's something I'm going to change a little bit, because I didn't eat. Now, this was because I was poorly last week, right? I'm better today, right? Better yesterday. First good day yesterday. I've been really ill since last Tuesday, right? I've had a really bad stomach bug. I've tried to put a brave face in it. I did a little bit of content around Aldi, and I did a live on Saturday, but I've had a really bad stomach bug for 5 or 6 days. I'm never ill. But it's absolutely wiped me out. Yesterday was my first day where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling much better. Today I'm much better again, and hopefully I'll be much better tomorrow. But last week I was eating because I was just trying to fuel my body a little bit and get back into a routine of tracking. But I didn't eat breakfast, and I didn't eat breakfast Thursday, Friday last week, and it's just a great way of saving calories. And I generally wasn't hungry. Now, this week, I'm going to be training in the morning, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, when I want to eat after I train. Right? After I train, I want to get carbs in my system. That's most important after training is carbs, right? Especially if you're lifting weights, right? And after that, it's protein. So if I train in the morning, so Thursday I'm going to be in the gym for 8 a.m. There's a new live time Thursday morning. It's at 9:30, not 8:30, because I'm going to train earlier. I want to do a couple of days a week where I'm getting in the gym early and then I get home and do, because normally, like today, I'll do my live, going to record my weekly weight loss vlog. Then I'm off to the gym afterwards. And by the time I get home from the gym and have lunch and everything, it's 2:00 and I feel like the day's kind of gone. So I'm just changing it a little bit. I want to get to the gym at least twice a week where I'm training in the morning. And then when I get home, I've got a full day to just crack on with things. Now, after I train, I'm going to eat breakfast, right? Because that's to fuel the body, right? So, but days where I'm not training. So today I'm training at I'll probably be 11:30 before I get to the gym. So the first thing I'm going to eat today is after I've trained, right? Now, some people like to fuel their body before they train. I don't really. I'm not too bothered about that. If I was going to have anything before I train, it'd just be a banana. Right, so no breakfast for me today. Good way of saving a few calories as well. That's the thing. Some people are using them to so low. Yeah, that's it. And like I say, with the jabs, I'll always try and be, I always want people to lose weight healthily, however way they're doing it, right? Whether they've had bariatric surgery, whether they're doing whatever, right? Slimming World or anything like that. My main focus is all my clients lose weight healthily, physically and mentally, right? So to lose weight healthily physically is to nourish the body, to eat an amount of calories that, yes, puts you into a calorie deficit so you lose body fat, right? But to also make sure you're getting your vitamins in, you're getting your minerals in, you're getting your nutrients in, you're getting your energy in. We get energy from food, right? That's where we get energy from. We get energy from food. We get energy from water. We get energy from movement. If any of you on this live now is really struggling for energy, right, I can guarantee it's because you're not doing one or two or three of three things. Number one, fueling your body correctly. Number one, hydration. Number two, moving enough. Right? Really, really is that simple. You do those three things. You have a decent, healthy, balanced diet. You can still eat some crap in that, right? I do, right? But you have an overall decent, healthy, balanced diet. Lots of fruits, lots of veggies, lots of things that gives you, lean proteins that aren't hard for the body to digest, things that is good for your gut, stuff like that. So getting your yogurts in and stuff. You don't need to be going all down all these, people swigging kombucha and all. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine, but you don't need to. Just yogurts, Greek yogurt with a bit of protein powder is enough live cultures going in for good gut health. Combine that with a decent amount of fiber, your gut is absolutely sensational, right? You don't need to be all this crap that people are going on about, right? So nice, 8% of your diet, fruits, get some fruits, veggies, lean proteins in, get some live cultures in there, get your fiber in and all this, that and the other, right? Hydration, not drinking enough water. Get your water down. What am I at now? I'm not being posh drinking Evian. This was an Evian bottle of water that I've refilled with Council Pop about 1 million times, right? 75p, 75p, 75 centilitres. So this is that's me. I've already done 3/4 of a litre of water this morning. This will get refilled, and then I'll carry on drinking it when I'm doing my weekly weight as well. So get your hydration good, and then movement, right? And movement can be the hardest one because it's kind of like you've got to break that circle. Like, I don't move much because I've not got any energy, but I've got no energy because I don't move very much. And I always use the analogy of a windmill. Think of a windmill, right? If you live in an area where you've got wind turbines on hills, how much energy is a wind turbine generating if it's doing that? Not a lot, is it? All right. And then when it starts blowing a gale, and it's doing this, it generates loads of energy. Your body is no different to that, right? It's no different. If you're sedentary, if you spend 23, look, if you do 5,000 steps a day, that means you spend 23 hours a day sat down. Right? 23 hours a day sat down, laid down, or stood still, right? That is not going to generate you at least 23 hours a day, right? That is not going to generate energy in your body. Yeah. Now, I totally understand. Some people have disabilities, some people have mobility issues. I'm not, some people's 5,000 steps can be other people's 10,000 steps. Excuse me. If you want to generate energy in your body, you need to do your 10,000 steps, right? And whether that's 3,000 steps or 10,000, or for some people, it could be more. It could be more, right? Now, and the more you move, the more energy you'll have, and the more you'll find it is a domino effect. Yeah, the fitter and healthier you are, the easier it is to move loads. Yeah, so it's just, but you've really got to push to start with. But I guarantee any of you guys now, if you have a lack of energy, and the last thing we probably look at is sleep pattern. But generally, if people have a good level of movement, a pretty decent diet, and a good level of hydration, they tend to have a pretty decent sleep pattern. It all sort of rolls into one, if that makes sense. Yeah. Let's scan down. I'm at 1 litre of water already, just listening to you. Brilliant, Stefan. I love to hear it. I have lost 4 stone in 6 months through the fitness app. Which fitness app? What, MyFitnessPal? Great weight loss, by the way. Very quick weight loss, though, but that is great progress. Adam's in. Good morning, mate. Hope you're good. I have no filter. I've just ate my breakfast and could eat it again. You've got to learn that filter. I haven't. Right? So we've got 2 hormones in our body that kind of regulate hunger and eating. Number 1 is ghrelin. Number 2 is leptin. Right, so leptin is ghrelin is our hunger hormone. It's the hormone that comes out of our body. It talks to our brain. It comes out of our tummy. It talks to our brain saying we're hungry. Ghrelin triggers for lots of reasons. It triggers for being hungry. Boredom triggers it. Monotony triggers it. Different stresses can trigger it. Different emotions can trigger it. Lack of hydration can trigger it. Yeah, so there's lots of different triggers for ghrelin. So how do we keep ghrelin under control? High protein diet, high fiber diet, decent hydration. There also has to be an element of willpower there as well. Katie Norman, good morning. Good morning to all you guys on, Haley's in as well. Good morning, Haley, on Facebook or YouTube. Right. Leptin is our hormone that is our cut-off valve for eating. I don't have one. Right, my leptin hormone doesn't work. I don't have a cut-off valve for eating. Don't get me wrong, I get full, but for me to get full, it takes a ridiculous amount of food, right? Food that isn't certainly isn't a calorie deficit, probably isn't a calorie maintenance, unless I eat very low calorie, extremely high volume. And that's another trick, right? So we have to learn self-control. So how we learn self-control is higher volume foods, to give us a chance of being full. But how I've taught myself is I've literally gone, right, do you know what? This is my calorie allowance, right? This is what I'm going to eat. That's it. Those are my calories. And you just have to say no. Now, every now and then, my hunger races, and I really struggle to control it, and it can be a bit trickier. And in those days, it is a case sometimes I'll give in. I'll hold my hands up. It happens. Sometimes it's just a case of gritting my teeth and it doesn't feel very good. But most of the time, it's all good. It's all good most of the time. Now, don't get me wrong. It is going to be tougher this week. Now, tomorrow, Weight Loss Coaching Live, I'm going to talk about getting back at it after an indulgent time. All right, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about all the feelings that you're going to feel, right? So if you're struggling, come join my community. TikTok profile, click on my link tree. If you join my community, it's £5 for your first month. There's no contract. You can cancel any time. So the most it ever needs to cost, is that right? The most it'll ever cost is £5, right? If you don't want to stay in the community after a month, fine. I'm hoping you will. I'm hoping you'll jump on board and go, I really like this. Lots of like-minded people, lots of chit-chat going on, lots of food ideas, lots of help. We do Zoom sessions. We've got weight loss coaching lives. You get a full calorie breakdown, so you'll know what. So for £5, you'll know exactly what calories you should be eating to lose weight healthily and sustainably. And if you stick to those calories, this time next year, you'll be at least 4 stone lighter. You'll get a guide to bossing your weight loss. You've got lots of eating guides in the Facebook group. New one out today. You've got there's over 400 people in the Facebook group. There's over 250 people in the WhatsApp community where you can just go and chat and bounce off. You can ask. There's a weight loss Q&A group. There's loads of stuff in the community for £5. right? So go and join the community. Use code WELCOME at checkout and come and join and come and say hello. If you feel you need more support than that, I have got a one-to-one plan, and I have launched a January offer for the one-to-one plan, and it is probably the best offer I have done. Okay, so it is to sign up to my one-to-one plan is normally $29.99 to sign up to my one-to-one plan, and then it's $29.99 a month for 3 months minimum. So if you signed up normally, it'd be $29.99 sign up, and then when you start on plan, which will be a week today, it's $29.99 subscription. Jan, Feb, March. That's your minimum term. If you want to work with me for 12 months, you can do. That is my standard plan. So basically, over 3 months, right, it's 120 quid. Right, that's it. Right, it's cheap as chips anyway. Right now, I'm knocking you a tenner off your sign up. So it's 20 quid to sign up, right? And when you've paid 3 months subscription, Jan, Feb, March, if you sign up now, right, you'll get April free. So you can stay for 4 months for the price of 3, right? So basically, you'll get 4 months weight loss coaching, right? With sign up, that would normally be 150 quid, yeah? It's £110. 110 quid, right? So code is New Year, New Me. So TikTok profile, click on my link tree. First tab on my link tree is an inquiry form. So you get 4 months weight loss coaching for £110. Like, you won't find anything better than that, right? So TikTok profile, click on my link tree. First tab in my link tree is what's the first tab in my link tree? It's an inquiry form. So send over an inquiry form and I can email you all the details. Or second tab down, click on that. New Year, New Me, January offer, and you'll get that offer, right? And I'm going to run it in. Well, I'm running it until 15 people sign up, right? Because it's too good an offer to let. So you've got until 15 people sign up. Once 15 people sign up, I'll keep the £10 off for the end of the month, but the 3 for 4, that'll be gone. Right, that'll be gone. That's just for the first 15 people that signed up, and actually 3 people have signed up, so there's 12 spaces. So if you want it, come get it, and you'll start a week today. Yeah. Happy New Year, Neil. Happy New Year, Mel. Hope you're good. Morning, Neil. Glad to be back here with you. Thank you, Alice. You're more than welcome. Thank you for the kind words. Danny's back. I'm back on it today. Lovely, Danny. Great to hear. I'm the same. I don't get the full feeling, but I'm struggling to gain weight. Never. Okay. So if you're struggling to gain weight, that's the reverse of losing weight, right? So to gain weight, we need to be in a calorie surplus. We need to consume more calories than we burn. I don't have an issue with that. That's dead easy for me. But some people do have an issue with that. They have, low appetite. And at the end of the day, some people just move. If you're someone that's got a very active... I had a lad that come to me, and he just messaged me on Instagram, and he seemed like a really nice lad. And I just, I get loads of messages from him. I can't reply to him all the time, but this lad, he'd asked me several times, we'd been reaching out, and I was actually a bit worried for his health, if I'm being honest with you, which was why I replied to him. And he sort of said, I'm going to the gym 7 days a week, I'm training 3 hours a day, and this, that, and that, and I need to trying to build muscle, and I need to gain weight. And I'm literally like, you're moving too much. That was my honest advice to him. I'm like, mate, you're moving too much. Like, he was trying to gain weight. He was quite tall, like 5'10", but like 10 stone. All right, so very, 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 kind of, small as it, lean, very, very lean, right, as it were. And he's trying to gain weight, and I'm like, you're moving too much. So I'm like, you've not got a big appetite, obviously. You're not a foodie. You're struggling to get calories into your system. But I need to go to the gym to stay trim. I'm like, you're counteracting yourself here, right? So to go to the gym, if you want to build muscle, right, and get a good physique in the gym, you need to go 3 hours a week for 1 hour, 3 hours a week, 1 hour at a time, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it. That's where you go. Go for 1 hour, great training workout, hour on Monday, hour on Wednesday, hour on Friday, right? Do a full body session each day, or do something like upper one day, lower another day, and then full body on the final day, whatever. That's it. You do that a week, right? You'll build muscle. That's your goal. That's what I said to you. That's all you need to do. You don't need to be going 21 hours a week. Cut that down. And that's burning a ridiculous amount of calories. So you counterbalancing what you're trying to do. Trying to put yourself into calorie surplus. And he basically, he's got a bit of an eating disorder. Well, he's got disordered eating, certainly. I didn't go into too much detail. He's not like serious eating disorder at 10 stone, at 5'10". He's just lean and he wants to look a bit more, muscular, as it were. But that's it. So it is. Some people, it's simply this. If he can only physically take on 2,500 calories a day, and that's a ridiculous amount of food for him, right? Then he needs to be burning 2,000 calories a day. Now, 10 stone at 5'10", right? His metabolism's about 1,800 calories a day, so he needs to rein in the amount of calories he burns. It doesn't mean he can't be healthy, but do walking, low intensity. If you want to be healthy, get some walks, and that's fine. It's going to burn less calories. You're very light, so you're not going to burn many calories walking. Just go to the gym 3 days a week. Great training regime. Concentrate on your protein, your fibers, and your carbs in, and your fats. Anyway, there we go. Mystic Soul, since I got menopause, weight loss is damn near impossible. It's not. Right? It's not. This is the last one for me today. It's not impossible, right? The menopause doesn't affect fat loss, right? And this is where people need to, nothing affects fat loss, okay? So this is a pound of body fat. It contains 3,500 calories. I've coached loads of ladies through them. So I don't want anyone to, I do get this sometimes, and I get it. I get the reason, like I always say, it might be hard for anyone to believe. I've never been through the menopause, right? And I'm not going to act like I have been, right? But I've done lots of research on it, and what I've got is experience. I've worked with loads of ladies that have been through the menopause, and I've coached them to successful weight loss journeys by telling them the same thing, right? This is a pound of body fat. It contains 3,500 calories, right? Whether you're going through the menopause or not, right? If you're in a 3,500 calorie deficit, you'll lose a pound of body fat. Now, anyone, Mystic Soul or Mystical Soul, I'll tell you this now, whether you're going through the menopause or not, I bet you found weight loss damn near impossible. Consistent weight loss, right? I'm not saying pre-menopause you might have lost a couple, but I bet you gained it all back. So let's not blame the menopause, right? Now, what you might be finding with the menopause is I can't even lose a stone now, right? Whereas before I'd lose a stone, I'd gain it all back. Now I can't even lose anything, right? Why? Why is that? Because when we get certain hormone imbalances in the body, which is what the menopause is, right? Or certain things going on in the body, yeah, it makes it harder to stick to a calorie deficit. So if you found it hard pre-menopause to be consistent with weight loss, you are going to find it harder going through the menopause. Now, why do people find it harder pre-menopause? What are the things that make it harder when you're going through the menopause? So it is quite simple, really. If you're an emotional eater, the hormone imbalance of the menopause causes your emotions to be bouncing all over the place, right? It can, sometimes you're very happy, sometimes you're very sad, sometimes you're very stressed, sometimes you're very hot, sometimes you'll go very cold. These are all emotions, right? Feelings in the body. Feeling hot is an emotion. Feeling cold is an emotion, not something we want to feel, right? Feeling tired is an emotion. Feeling angry is an emotion. Feeling stressed is an emotion, right? That triggers emotional eating. And going through the menopause, your emotions will be, you might have been quite a big emotional eater all your life, right? When you start going through the menopause, your emotional eating is going to be even worse, right? And that's going to make it even harder to control calories, right? Other things with that is fatigue, right? Now, fatigue is an emotion, but again, that hormone imbalance can make us very fatigued, right? And that can make females very fatigued. And again, being tired makes it harder to move, harder to control calories. So there's lots of different things. So what do we do about that? Well, we have to put things into place that counterbalance it. So we have to sort of fight these emotions head on. And I think just being aware is a big thing. Being aware, understanding, right, that's the reason why. A lot of people just don't understand it. I think when we understand it, we go, right, okay, I understand that, yeah? Hormone imbalances all over the place, making me tired, making me moody, making me this, making me that, and going through a change, going through something that, in all honesty, is very harsh for a female to go through. You know, it is something that, you know, it's something that men don't go through, where it's basically, how can I put this without, like, sensitively, if that makes sense? Not that I'm ever not sensitive, but what I mean is, it you're going through something that's irreversible, that kind of, for a lot of females, it's like that, I'm getting old. And that's the honest truth about it. It's kind of that reality sort of thing where, you know, when people hit 40, they have a part, you know, and it's kind of one of them. It's like it's a real cut and shut thing where it's like, this is it. I'm at this time, and it's kind of and it's a tough thing for a lot of people to take, and for a lot of people to say, and I get it. I get that. You know, it's the same as it's kind of the, a lot of men wouldn't have like a vasectomy, because it's like, that's it, boom. Once you've had that done, you can never have kids again. It's a sign that that it's a permanent change in your body. It's very hard to handle. And again, this is a massive trigger for emotions. So it is. It is a tough one, but it doesn't need to. Weight loss isn't impossible. If you stick to a 3,500 calorie deficit, whether you're going through the menopause or not, a week, you'll lose a pound of body fat a week, right? So anyone that's going through the menopause now, if you can stick to it, so what we need to do is we need to put things into place, right, where you're able to stick to that deficit. And that is things like having a healthy, sustainable calorie allowance. Stop trying to crash diet all the time. Stop trying to go through fad diets all the time. Stop putting too much pressure on yourself, right? You are going to have to move, right? Again, I've just talked about being fatigued, right? If you're feeling more fatigued by going through the menopause, we counterbalance fatigue by moving more, which generates energy in the body. At the start, it's very, very hard. I'm not saying it isn't, but it'd be worth it in the end if you put yourself through that, right? And I'm not saying you need to go and do flipping, step aerobics 5 hours a day. Just get out walking, get out moving, right? Get out moving, And, I've had clients that, now I've got a client on board that went through the menopause at 17. At 17, right? And it can happen older, and there's a lot of ladies that go through perimenopause in their 30s and then hit full menopause in their 40s, 50s. So it is tough. It is tough, but it's just, we've just got to, but again, what people need to understand with the menopause is, it is not this, the loss of this doesn't change. Nothing changes. What changes is what's going on in here, and it changes the ability to stick to what you need to stick to lose the weight, right? But it can be done, and sometimes it's just a case of talking about it, understanding it, realizing it's not you failing or anything like that. It's just my body's making it a bit tougher to stick to this calorie deficit. Stop putting pressure on yourself, So I go to the gym 5 days a week. Great. So you've got a good level of movement, right? So you've got a good level of movement. That's all good. You just need to be more consistent with sticking to your calories, and that is a case of healthy calorie allowance, more protein, more fiber, hydration, right? Being aware, gritting your teeth a little bit, but also don't punish yourself too much. If emotions take over and you need to every now and then soothe yourself with, or you have what a lot of people do is they'll have a bad Wednesday, and that bad Wednesday, I've blown Wednesday, and everyone does this when they go through the menopause. Max will have a bad Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's got to be cut out, right? That's got to be cut out, Right, let me scan up. 3,500 calorie deficit. Is that 500 calories less a day? 500 calories less a day than you burn. So you need your total calorie burn for a day, right? Or total calorie burn for a week. If it's for a day, not 500 calories off, right? And that is 1 pound a week fat loss. That is all we should be aiming to lose, right? If you can lose any more, bonus. Right? Seriously, it's a bonus. If you can lose any more than that, if we can get you into a slightly bigger calorie deficit than 3,500, great. But every single one of you now, it's the beginning of January, if you stick to a 500 calorie a day deficit on average, 3,500 calories a week, from now until this time next year, right, you're going to be 4 stone lighter. I'm sure a lot of people say irrelevant. If you're currently watching this and you're 25 stone, would you be happy being 21 stone this time next January? Likewise, if you're watching this now and you're 16 stone, would you be happy being 12 stone? Right? You don't need to lose weight any faster than that. Right? You didn't gain weight faster than that. So stop trying to lose weight faster than that. Yeah. Guys, as always, like I say, I'm here to help. Yeah, if you join my community, it's £5 for your first month using code WELCOME. TikTok profile, click on my link tree. Third link down in my link tree is the community link to the website. Join up, £5, use code WELCOME. I'll give you, whether you're going through the menopause or not. And when you join, you get consultation form. Tell me, I'm currently going through the menopause. I've currently got PCOS. I've currently got this. I've got this. I ask any further information that you want to share with me. Share it with me, and I'll adjust, and I'll put that into your into your calories. Especially if you're on plan with me. If you come on plan with me, you get a full plan to follow, and we can include, and I'll guide you, I'll coach you on how to lose weight while going, you have to do the work. You have to do it, right? I'm not a miracle cure. I wish I was, I'm not, right? There are no miracle cures. You've got to do the work, but I'll show you the best way to do it, right? It's then down to you to do it, but I'll be here to help you as much as I can. If you come into the community, I'll be there, but within the community. You don't get direct one-to-one coaching in the community. You only get that on the one-to-one plan. Anyway, TikTok profile, click on my link tree. First tab in my link tree. Guys on Facebook, YouTube, any of my YouTube content has got contact form information in there, so you guys can do it through any of my things on YouTube. Or if you're on Facebook, Facebook message me, right? Facebook message me or go into my Instagram, DM me through Instagram, say, can I get the details of your plan, your community? I'll send you the link for the consultation form and ping it in. So yeah, come join. And like I say, I've got an amazing deal on for January at the moment. There's 12 spaces left for the amazing January deal. I'm going to leave £10 off sign up for January because I know times are a bit hard, but straight after Christmas. But the 4 months for the price of 3, 12 spaces left. So if you want to take advantage of that, get signed up. Drop me an inquiry form or just jump onto the website. Use code New Year New Me. Stick that into the website, and that'll sort you out for that deal. Right, guys, I've got to go. It's been a pleasure as always. I will be back at 8 p.m. tonight on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. So I'll be back this evening. All the lives are back this week in full swing. Make sure you follow me on whatever formats or on all my formats. That would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, I will be back in like literally 10 hours. I'll be back in 10 hours and we'll have another chat. So have a great Monday. It's a new weight loss week, new set of calories in the bank. Step count is 0. Lay that foundation. Have a good Monday. That'll lead to a good Tuesday, good Wednesday, good Thursday, and lead you to having a good first week back. Just do the best you can. And I'll see you in 10 hours. So see you later, TikTok. And see you later, Facebook and YouTube. Have a great day.